boy JB, and we are back again with another They Cutting the Fool. Now, I am also going to do Let's Get Into the Blogs, so you guys will probably see this first and then Let's Get Into the Blogs. I don't know. But before we go ahead and get into it, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you are not yet subscribed, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and then having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and also by sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about what they are. I don't know if that was what I would say they tripping about, but neither here nor there. Let's talk about what's going on today, shall we? All right, you guys, so if you see by the title or the thumbnail that I'm gonna create, this information came out yesterday. And so you guys know on Fridays, I don't know if I've ever told you guys, but I go out to eat on Friday after I get off work. I go out to eat on Friday. So I was driving and, something just said, actually, no, what happened is I saw that Scotty had went live, but I had already read about this stuff earlier in the week, but I saw that Scotty went live and I was like, oh, Scotty's live. Didn't really see what he was live about, but I just clicked on it. And then at the same time, I'm on Instagram and it says that Kandi and Todd, okay, a plane just flew over. It said that Kandi and Todd have split after 11 years of marriage, and my mouth just went, like, I couldn't believe it. But what I will say is people have been speculating about it I've noticed this since BravoCon, right? Because actually what we'll do is I'm going to go to a blogger that I do follow, and I'm going to just show you, well, not show you guys, but just tell you guys the things that he has noticed, right? So the blog page is Mr. Housewives. It's Mark. If you guys may know him. He used to be on YouTube. His name is Marcus. He used to like review taglines and trailers and all that kind of good stuff. So let's go back up to Mr. Housewives and find him. Cause like I said, I noticed this over the weekend with BravoCon. Now you guys know I didn't go to BravoCon. I didn't watch any of the BravoCon stuff. I also didn't watch whatever that was that came on after Potomac went off this past Sunday. I didn't watch that. I know Kandi got the Lifetime Achievement Award, and I know people were saying in it she kind of did thank Todd, but not really thank Todd. I don't know. You guys can, if you guys watched it, feel free to tell me what tell me about it, right? So this, like I said, this comes from Mr. Housewives. It says rumors swirl that Kandi Burruss and Todd Turner have separated. Fans point out Kandi's missing wedding ring. So I'll show you guys the pictures. Now, this is Kandi at BravoCon, and as you guys can see, she doesn't have her wedding ring on. Then this is another picture of her. I don't know what this is, but she doesn't have a wedding ring on. She went to Dubai, looking damn good, by the way. She doesn't have her wedding ring on. Then you see a picture of her with Blaze and Ace with no wedding ring on. You see her with Riley, no wedding ring on. And then they showed back in July, she had her wedding ring on. And this is, I believe, for Cowboy Carter, right? Back in July, she still had her ring on. In June, she had her ring on. Wow, did a lot of digging. So then this is Todd in October of this year. He has his ring on. And then this is very recent, him courtside, and he has his ring on. So November 2025. Here's another picture of Todd with his ring on. This should say ring and booties. So yeah, it's really sad. I really do feel bad. I hate to see it, because they've been married for 11 years, and we followed Kandi and Todd's, journey and to getting, them finding each other, getting engaged, getting married, having kids, we followed that journey, right? We remember Real Housewives of Atlanta season 4. It was when they went to the Africa, when they went on that trip to Africa, and Kandi was told that her husband is all, has been around her for a while, and then we come back season 5 and we see that she's in a relationship with Todd. I know I've saw a lot of people make the jokes that they know Mama Joyce is happy. Do I believe Mama Joyce is happy? I would say no. I'm gonna say no, and I know people are like, you say no, JB. Why you say no? I'm gonna explain to you guys why I would feel that she's not happy, right? Kandi and Todd one have been married for 11 years. They've been through a lot with each other. He lost his mom not long after they got married, right? And I know that Mama Joyce and Todd's relationship has been, we saw it play out on Real Housewives of Atlanta. One minute they can be in a good space with each other, the next minute next season we come back, they're not in such a good space with each other. So we know that their relationship has been up and down for the last 11 years, right? The reason why I say I don't feel like she may rejoice in it, I don't know, but I don't see her doing it because one, your daughter is ending her marriage, right? I don't think anybody wants to see anybody get a divorce. I know I don't want to see Kandi and Todd get a divorce, but it is what it is, right? It's happening. Then on top of that, her grandchildren, Blaze and Ace, they're going to be affected by this, right? They're absolutely going to be affected by this. Speaking of Blaze, I just saw that Kandi posted that today is Blaze's birthday. I was like, oh wow. Wow. Very interesting that we get this, the day before Blaze's birthday. Happy birthday to Blaze though. What I also will say is with this divorce, I know that Todd signed a prenup, but the thing is Kandi and Todd have been married for 11 years at this point, right? And they've built businesses together. They have OLG together. They have is Blaze still open down there in Atlanta? Let me know. Like they have OLG, they have Blaze, they done production stuff together, right? They do stuff on Broadway. They, did that movie that was on Peacock, The Past. Like they do a lot of stuff together as Kandi and Todd, Tucker. So, it's gonna be interesting to see how that divorce goes. Although Kandi is, and I think they'll. I know what Mama Joyce's thing was. She felt like Todd was an opportunist and wanted Kandi's money, right? And I know people may be like, well, Mama Joyce was right. Mama Joyce was right. Mama Joyce was right. I don't know if I would say Mama Joyce was right because if he was that big of an opportunist, wouldn't he have already dipped out on Kandi long before 10 years? That's a long ass time for a con. And I'm not saying he's conning her, but that would be a long ass time for something like that. But I always thought that he was. I always thought that he was up on the up and up. I like Todd. I like Kandi. I like them together as a couple. But sometimes you just you get to a point where like, hey, this isn't suiting me. This isn't healthy for me. This isn't working for me anymore. It's time to make a change, right? It's time to make a change. Now I saw people make the comments about, oh, didn't they have threesomes with each other? Just because people I think people take the fact that some people don't have traditional monogamous marriages and they hear certain things and then they want to that's probably what it was. He probably wasn't happy. He probably needed, you see that. Now I did see one joke that I kind of chuckled about. It was, this person said that they hope that Kandi gets Kayla in the divorce. Kayla them, I think they're gonna be fine. Her and Riley, with Kayla and Riley, they've built a sister bond with each other, right? They both live in New York. They have built a relationship with each other. Kandi built a relationship with Kayla. I think they're all gonna be fine. I think everybody's gonna be fine in the situation. So let's go on and read this People magazine article. It says Real Housewives of alum Kandi Burruss and Todd Tucker split after 11 years of marriage. Quote, a difficult and emotional time. The Real Housewives of Atlanta star and her producer husband have been married since 2014. Damn, I said that all wrong. April 2014. Kandi Burruss and Todd Tucker are going their separate ways after 11 years of marriage. It says, quote, after deep thought and a lot of prayer, I've made the decision to move forward with the divorce. This is a difficult and emotional time, but my focus remains on protecting my peace, being the best mother I can be, and co-parenting with love and respect, Burruss tells People in an exclusive statement. Quote, I'm stepping into a new chapter, pouring into my work, my family, and my own growth. I'm grateful to everyone who supported us throughout the years, and I ask for privacy, grace, and understanding as we navigate this transition with our family. Burruss, 49, and her producer's husband, Todd Tucker, who is 52. Wow, he's 52. I didn't know Todd was 52. Met while filming the fourth season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta in 2011 and announced their engagement in January of 2013. They tied the knot the following year in April. Since then, the pair have welcomed two children, son Ace, who is 9, and daughter Blaze, who just turned 6 today. Both also have children from previous relationships, Burruss' daughter Riley, 23, and Tucker's daughter Kayla, who is 29. In October 2022, Burruss told People the secret that to their happy marriage was just great communication and having fun together. We have a real understanding of each other, she added. The pair have also teamed up professionally on a variety of projects: a soul food restaurant chain in Georgia, a trucking company, now that part I didn't know, and a Bravo series about their family and the restaurant business are just a few of their collaborations. It says here, on November 14th, Burruss was awarded the Lifetime Achievement Award at the Bravos during BravoCon 2025 in Las Vegas and thanked Tucker in her acceptance speech. Quote, to Todd, thank you for surviving the blogs, the shade, the rumors, the lies, the truth, the almost fights, the actual fights, the reunions. You earned this award too, she said. Okay. So yeah, that's really all we got. It's sad. It really, like I said, it's sad to see a family break up. But, all I gotta say for Kandi is, if you feel like this is the best thing for you and your family moving forward, then I have nothing but, support, support for you, right? And to Todd, it doesn't seem like, because he's still wearing because I saw a picture of him, he's still wearing his wedding ring. So, I don't know if this is a decision that they both came to or if it's just a decision that Kandi came to. And I'm not going to say it's selfish if it's just a decision that she came to, right? Because you don't want to go through a marriage and not like one person be happy and the other person be completely miserable, right? Like, it's interesting. Because I know, like, with my family, like, my family is very religious, right? So members of my family, they do not believe in divorce, right? Because I have two people in my family, actually 3, actually probably more than that. Because I have an aunt and my uncle, they haven't been together in God knows. They still, like my aunt lives, I'm giving too much of my family's information, but y'all don't know my family like that. So, like one of my aunts lives in my grandmother's house, right? My uncle, he lives up the street and at his mother's house, right? And he will come down and do stuff for my auntie, right? And they are still legally married on paper, but they ain't really just like they're not separated, but they just, they ain't really been. When was the last time I saw my aunt and uncle live together? Shit, I was a teenager. I had to be a teenager. I was like 13, 14 years old the last time I saw them live together. So that's been years. And then I have another aunt, right? She and my uncle, they never divorced. And they were together and before I was even born. And they weren't even together when from the time I was growing up until now. And my uncle just passed away a few months ago. So, and they never divorced, right? I have a cousin similar. My aunt, who my uncle just died, my cousin, she got married to him. She got married. I thought she and her husband got a divorce. And she let me know that her and that man still married. I said, girl, y'all still married? She was like, yeah. So I don't want a situation like that for them where, because again, me and Kandi, both Southern people, right? And I know Southern people who don't, Southern people who are very devout Christians and religious, we don't believe in divorce. And for the life of me, I don't know why, but hey, it is what it is, right? But yeah, you guys, that's all I got to say, really and truly. I was just shocked when I saw it, but again, like I said, I had saw blogs and I saw. So how I first saw it is I was on Twitter, and there was a blind item about a Southeast housewife filing for divorce, and I was like, a Southeast housewife. So then I think it wasn't actually, it was yesterday. It was yesterday before the announcement came out, and because by that point, everybody was running with it that Kandi and Todd were going to get a divorce, and I was like, oh, I didn't see that coming. Now I did see some, and this is a rumor. I don't know this to be factual. I don't know this to be true. So don't be like, oh, JB said this and this and this and that. I'm not saying anything that I don't know is true. This is a rumor that I read on Twitter, and y'all know, don't take anything that you see on Twitter at 100% face value. But this rumor was saying that Todd has been with, not me, but like me. You know what? If you look at me, what am I? What is my, what am I? So I read that rumor, and I was like, Todd don't give that. In my personal opinion, Todd don't give that, but he may give it to y'all. I don't know. But again, I think that lends towards the narrative with people thinking, oh, because him and Kandi have had other women in their bedroom, that he probably likes other men. Which again, I don't know that to be factual. I don't know that to be true. So I am saying allegedly, because I don't know nothing about that man. I don't know nothing about him like that to say, oh yeah, Todd was, Todd is this, Todd is that. I don't know. But what we do know, they have, had other women in the bedroom. And that's fine. Again, like I said earlier, I wish Kandi and Todd nothing but the best going forward. I wish them, much success in their lives going forward, because I know she's going to be on Broadway. Whatever he does with his production company, I wish him nothing but the best. I hope that they are the best co-parents that they can be to Blaze and Ace. And with the divorce, they have a prenup. So I know that the prenup should protect Kandi, with her assets that she had before they got married. The tricky part is going to be what they've built together. Ooh. That's going to be the tricky part, is what they've built together. Again, Blaze, OLG, they've done production together. Like, it's when you get married to somebody, you always do want to build with your partner. And this is why I think this is a cautionary tale. When you do get married to your person, you do expect to grow old with that person, and you both eventually pass away, right? That is the goal, that is the intention with marriage. But things do happen. People do grow apart from each other, right? And I'm okay with that. But when people, I've always hated this sentiment when I hear people say it. Oh, a prenup, that means you don't think that we're gonna last. Look at these two. They lasted 11 years. So they did damn good. A prenup protects both parties. Because like I just said, in this divorce, I hope it's amicable, because again, they've built stuff together outside, built stuff together throughout the course of this marriage. So again, I'm gonna wish them nothing but the best. So that's all I got, you guys. I'm gonna hop off of here, and we gotta do, let's get into the blogs. I do need to research some of these stories for Let's Get Into the Blogs, and then I'll be back a little bit later with that, and then I'll also be back later for Rated to Love, you guys. And then the Braxtons. Now the Braxtons, I can tell you guys for certain, the Braxtons will be up on Sunday as well as Force, because I ain't watched either one. And the Braxtons was a 2-hour finale. Who asked for it? Not me. But yeah, you guys, that's all I got. Be sure to like the video, you guys. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your post notifications. Share the video, you guys. And until the next time, do me a solid favor, you guys. Stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Be blessed. I bit my tongue. Be blessed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. There go another plane flying over. I'll see you guys later.